Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Karen Marsdale, President and CEO at the Greater Reading Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and once again, it's time for Member Spotlight. It's an opportunity for us to talk to Chamber members up close and personal and give you a little bit of an idea of what they do, because each business is so unique and so interesting, and it's good for us to even hear, though we know some of these folks better than others, a little bit about the in-depth of what goes on in the business. So I'm very happy today to have Mark West with me from Canteen Berks County. And I know Mark and his family a bit because they're very active in our Family Business Alliance, which...
It's been going very well. Thank you for having me on today.
Well, it's great to see you, Mark. And, again, this is a family-owned business. And so no one knows it better than Mark does. Third generation.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about the genesis of the company, because one of the things that I am particularly passionate about is family-owned businesses, because really they are part of the engine that runs this economy that we know in America. And we want to make sure that these businesses are sustaining, that they're evolving and growing and doing all the things that they need to be doing. And sometimes that can be difficult. So talk about the business.
Well, it's a third generation family business. We have myself and my two older brothers in the company, as well as both my mom and my dad in the company, as well as my sister-in-law too. So we've all been kind of involved. It actually started in 1960 with my grandfather, who started out as a door-to-door milk delivery company, West Dairy, and became a milk and ice cream wholesaler and got into the vending. And it wasn't until 2004 that we actually went into full-line vending, got outside of just the milk and the ice cream.
So your grandfather was from where?
He was from Hatboro.
Okay.
So it started out in that location, and it's kind of grown all over into multi-states and a lot of schools and hospitals, and it was actually a West Dairy branded milk division that they had. So
was he a dairy farmer?
He wasn't a dairy farmer. They did have a dairy, and it was set up as just the door-to-door bottling and delivery.
Do you remember the milkman?
Not personally, I don't. That was a little bit before my time.
I'm showing my age. Yeah. I loved the milkman because they had ice cream. So,
yes.
At any rate, okay, so fast forward.
So we've evolved, and then by 2004 is when we got into more a variety of snacks and going into accounts doing the entire vending with the snacks and sodas and drinks. And it was in 2006 that we became a Canteen franchise, which is the largest vending company in the world. And they are also the vending division of Compass Group, which is the 6th largest employer in the world.
Wow.
So it's nice to have the backing. We still have the family company that's been in the area for years, as well as the backing of the largest vending company in the world, which helps us get information sharing and a lot of the technology and knowledge that they have, and be able to kind of blend the two with the local community focus as well as the national and global reach.
Sure, so it's a perfect match because you've got all that technology, because it's just, we were just talking a little bit before the segment about what's happening in the industry, and it's like mind-boggling because it's kind of like technology. It changes, so corporate headquarters still Hatboro, or?
No, we're located in Spring City currently.
Okay, Spring City, good.
Yeah, we've been there for about 12 years now.
Okay, and so what's your reach? How far do you go?
The core of our business is in Berks County. We do have still some of the milk and ice cream wholesale where we've gone all over into about a 90-mile radius where we'll do subcontract vending and go into parts of New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and cover a wider radius, but the core of our business is here in Berks County.
So do you have, are the plans to expand that, or is it, or what do you see in 5 years?
In 5 years, we'd like to grow within Berks County. Is the main focus in our business, which within the vending industry, there's been a lot of updates and changes over the course since we've been doing it just with the full line vending since 2004, where it started off primarily the soda and candy sales, where now the healthy trends have been asked for years, but is finally getting to the point where it's finding more and more success. So that's been the big trend, is the healthy initiatives, as well as the micro markets is the big trend in the industry, which is more of a self-checkout convenience store that's located in office buildings, manufacturing plants, and call centers.
It's interesting because you talk about the healthy, the need for healthy, and of course, what is easier to put into a vending machine, a bag of chips or an apple? Mm-hmm. And so how has that? People are looking to be more healthy. Oh. So how did that? Is that a challenge?
It's started off as more of a challenge. It's becoming easier and easier to go down the healthy route. We provide endless healthy SKUs. We're always on the lookout for new products. As there becomes more and more of a public consciousness about healthy items, we want to make sure we adapt and provide for that convenience. So as our suppliers are coming out with more and more selections, Sure. It's helped to get products out there that people are looking to purchase. 15, 20 years ago, there was a push for the healthy items, but the items we could get for our machines, people didn't want to buy. They were okay quality, but there wasn't good price
Sure.
points and there wasn't a lot of variety. Now that the suppliers have caught up and we're able to provide more and more options, as well as the public consciousness is all kind of blended perfectly to be able to provide more and more of a healthy initiative.
So where are you finding literally your products?
Our products come from our suppliers and brokers that kind of introduce us to new items and new varieties, and we're able to, through some of our programs, test out a few, mm-hmm. as well as part of our Canteen partnership, see what's worked nationally and kind of pair that in with both regional and local products as well.
So I'm going to ask you, what is the most unique product that you think you have?
There's, a lot of different varieties. The most unique, it's not that unique of a product, but is actually the top seller nationally in the micro markets, is cheese sticks, which just a string cheese.
Cheese sticks,
string cheese.
That my kids loved.
It's perfect, but it's one of those items that we wouldn't have been able to put in vending before. It still doesn't work necessarily in vending, but in the micro markets where you're able to pick up the products and look at it, it works perfectly for a little healthy snack, which is just what we're trying to provide in our industry, is that convenience.
So tell me what the micro market, give me a definition of what that is.
The micro market is a self-checkout convenience store located in different offices and privately contained areas so that employees can go in and look at the items, they can pick it up, look at the nutritional information, see the calorie counts and whatever other healthy items you're looking for. Some people it's low salt, some people it's low sugar, some people it's gluten-free. So you can figure out which items meet your specific nutritionary needs and go ahead and make your selections based on that.
So then do they just go someplace, scan it, and pay for it?
Absolutely. It's set up with a kiosk right in there in the market, and that has the central information. It's all lifetime inventory tracking and able to monitor to make sure the market stays filled, as well as where people can go and purchase their items either with a kiosk tag, a fingerprint, or with a credit or debit card.
So I'm going to ask the simple question that maybe people are asking. So if I walked through and I decided to get those, the string cheese, and I just picked it up and left, who's going to monitor the fact that I didn't pay for it?
It's not 100% an honor system. It does have cameras that monitor it.
Okay.
As well
Big
as
Brother's looking at you.
The lifetime inventory tracking to make sure when there's inventories are off. And we deal with local companies where we don't necessarily handle anything, but we will pass it along to the HR personnel. And most people don't want to risk their job over a Snickers bar, so it's something we haven't had many problems with.
Sure, which I would think that would be the case. But then that way, people can go pick up an orange or an apple or cheese, and and those are the things that people want as snacks. So,
absolutely.
Although I will say that potato chips and popcorn is still something that might be enjoyable. Well, I know that our time is getting short here, but I really appreciate this. Parting words, tell us a little about what you see. I think the sky's the limit, and a lot has been said about the issues that Americans have with junk food. I was just with my son and daughter-in-law who happened to live in London, and one of the things they couldn't believe as we were together is the portions that are so large for the average American, and particularly for their 15-month-old daughter, when they said, we'd like the child size, and it came out this big, and I think that's something that's a challenge. But I think that this offering the option to eat more healthy is great, and I think that can just open up a world for you folks that is going to be very interesting.
Oh, absolutely.
What do you see? What do you see in the future? You know, there's lots of controversy in Philadelphia about the soda tax. Are you seeing people buying less soda and buying more water and other types of drinks, or is there just still that?
There's still a blend. I mean, there's a lot of people that still, we provide still the sodas, the Cokes, and the Pepsis that are still have the public demand. And as long as that's what customers want, we want to be able to provide a blend of what our customers are looking for. So it's, at times it's the convenience, just the end of your day, you want a Snickers bar and just something to get through the day. Sometimes you're trying to watch your weight, eat healthy, and keep things under control. So our entire industry is based on convenience. We want to provide those options, whether it's you want something healthy or if you want just something kind of comfort you at the end of the day.
Exactly, and everything in moderation. So that's the Snicker bar is okay, but not to have 5 of them every day. Mark, it's been a pleasure. Great to have you as part of the chamber. It's the kind of family business that we just love to hear about and to get to know, and wish you all the luck in the world. Whatever we can do to make that happen, you know, we can open doors. We can just help you with some of the challenges that you might have, because every business has those. And you know, but I think it's great you're growing, and we look forward to good things happening. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for your time.
No, it's my pleasure.